Have you been keeping an eye on the dollar rupee exchange rate? You've probably seen the numbers, but have you ever wondered why it's changing so much? Let's get right into it and break it all down.
Okay, so to really get a grip on this, we gotta look back a little. Let's rewind the clock, say, 5 years.
Think about it. Back then, $1 would get you around 70 rupees. Feels like a different time, huh?
All right, now let's jump back to the present. Today, that same dollar is now worth over 90 rupees. I mean, that's a pretty big leap, right? It's a clear signal that something significant is shifting with our currency.
So the big question is, why? Why is the rupee losing ground against the dollar?
Well, to really get it, you have to know that an exchange rate isn't just some number pulled out of thin air. It's actually all about a super simple idea from economics: demand and supply.
It's kind of like a seesaw, you know? When more and more people want dollars, the demand goes up. And that pushes the value of the rupee down. It's really that straightforward. So we gotta ask, why does everyone suddenly need more dollars?
All right, let's jump into the first big reason. And it has everything to do with what India buys from other countries. We're talking about imports.
See, India buys a ton of stuff from overseas. I'm talking about things we absolutely need, like crude oil to keep everything running, all those cool new electronics we love, and the big machines that build our country. And yeah, this hits you right in the pocket. When the rupee is weaker, that new phone or laptop you've been eyeing, it's gonna cost more.
And to buy all that stuff, we have to pay in, you guessed it, US dollars. So there's this constant, massive need for dollars, and all that demand just keeps putting pressure on the rupee's value. Okay, on to reason number 2. This adds a whole other layer to the story, and it's all about what foreign investors are doing.
So why would they do that? Well, imagine you're an investor and you see a better opportunity somewhere else. Maybe the US raises its interest rates. It's only natural you'd move your money, right? So they sell off their Indian investments, like stocks, get a bunch of rupees, and then immediately trade those rupees for dollars. All of a sudden, there's a flood of rupees in the market, and just like that, its value drops.
And then there's reason number 3, something every single one of us feels personally. I'm talking about inflation. It's a pretty simple idea, right? When prices for everything go up, the money you have just doesn't buy as much. You know that feeling when your 100 rupee note just doesn't stretch as far as it did last year? That's inflation, making everything, from your groceries to a night out, feel way more expensive. Here's a really easy way to picture it. Let's say 100 rupees used to buy you 5 apples. But with high inflation, that very same 100 rupee note might only get you, say, 3 apples. That's a direct hit to what the rupee is actually worth. And it's why it can feel so hard to make your savings grow.
So as you can see, it's not just one thing causing this. It's really a perfect storm, right? You've got this huge demand for dollars because of imports. You've got investors selling off rupees, and you have inflation chipping away at its value. It's all happening at once.
And the key thing to remember is that this doesn't happen overnight. It's not some sudden crash. It's more like a slow, steady process where all these pressures just build up over time, kind of slowly wearing down the rupee's strength.
So you might be thinking, how do I keep up with all this economic stuff without getting a headache? How can you make sense of it all? Well, if you want to keep breaking down money and economics in a way that's actually easy to follow, we'd love for you to join our free WhatsApp community. We do simple explainers like this all the time. The link is right there in the bio. Hope to see you there.